But if business fails to pay off the dues by selling their business assets, now the partners will be liable to use their personal properties for paying the debts. Now, let's start with the first point, that is formation. What is the meaning of formation? How is this partnership formed? So basically, the governing law which looks after the partnership is the Indian Partnership Act 1932. So the first point is it is governed by the Indian Partnership Act 1932. All the rules and regulation and all the procedures how the partnership is to be started, these are given under the Indian Partnership Act 1932. So if you are thinking to start the business that too of the partnership, so you need to be prepared in advance, that you need to adhere all the activities, you need to adhere to the all the rules and regulation of the Indian Partnership Act 1932. Now, it is a legal agreement. For the agreement, for the formation, there should be the legal agreement. Legal agreement, that is, there should be partnership deed for the business, which legally specifies that what is the type of business which they are starting to do and what will be the activities. It will be mentioned in the partnership deed that what will be the activities the partners will be performing. And the profit and losses, it is the partnership deed also mentions the profit and losses of the business of the partnership will be mutually decided that how they are going to be distributed. So the profit and losses also determines that how the profits and losses will be distributed among the partners. That is, either there can be equal share of the partners. For example, in our case, A, B, C, Amit, Bunty and Chiku, if they are earning profits of say 3 lakh rupees, now each partner will take 1 lakh rupees as the profits. Either this can be the situation, or because they have contributed different capitals in the business, they can also, that is how much is the share they will be looking at. For example, A was contributing 3 lakh rupees, B was contributing 1 lakh rupees, and C contributing 2 lakh rupees for starting the business. So here we can see that because they have capitals invested in the business, so they will also be looking for the shares. That is, he will be looking, that is A will be looking to take more amount of profit since he is investing more amount of funds also. So let's see about the ratio over here, how the ratio is calculated. So because he is investing 3 lakh rupees, A is investing 3 lakh rupees. Now B is investing 1 lakh rupees, C is investing 2 lakh rupees in the business. So he is taking the ratio of 3 is to, B is taking the ratio of 1, and C will be taking the ratio of 2. 3 upon 6, 1 upon 6, and 2 upon 6. If there are profits for the business, for example, the profits were 3 lakh rupees, and if they have mentioned in their partnership, that is, they will be distributing the profits in the agreed ratio. So now 3 upon 6, that is 1 upon 2 of 3 lakh is, he will be taking, A will be taking 1 lakh 50,000 as the profit. Now, if we talk about B, that is Bunty, Bunty will be taking 1/6 of 3 lakh rupees. Now, what is 1/6 of 3 lakh rupees? He will be taking 50,000 rupees. If we talk about C, Chintu, he will be taking 1/3. So what is 1/3 of 3 lakh rupees? It is 1 lakh. So the profits will be now distributed. That is, A will be taking 1 lakh 50,000, B will be taking 50,000 rupees, and C will be taking 1 lakh rupees as the profit. That is 1 lakh plus 50,000, 1 lakh 50, 1 lakh 50 plus 1 lakh 50,000, 3 lakh rupees. So in the formation, when they are forming the business, they are also writing about the agreed ratio where they will be taking the profits. That is, what is the amount of profit they will be taking, that is decided on the basis of mutual agreement, on the basis of the ratio they have decided. If there is no partnership deed, then there will be equal share of the profits. If the business is earning 3 lakh rupees, now A will also take 1 lakh rupees, B will also take 1 lakh rupees, and C will also take 1 lakh rupees. And if they are sharing the funds in the amount of capital which they are investing in the business, so they will be taking, for example, 3 upon 6 of A, B will be taking 1/6, and C will be taking 2/6 of the profits in the business. So this is known as the agreed ratio which they have thought for. This is how the profits are distributed in the business. Now, next thing, the business should be lawful. If the partners are coming together to start the business and if business is not legal, that is, if they are thinking to do the robbery, obviously this is not legal, so it won't be termed as a business and it won't be termed as a partnership. Why? Because Indian Partnership Act clearly specifies that business should be legal. Either you are selling the goods, either you are manufacturing the goods, or either you are buying the goods from the wholesaler and then selling it to the customer. All this are known as the legal business. But if the partners are thinking for the robbery, they are thinking that they will do the robbery and they will earn the money and they will distribute among themselves. No, this won't be known as the partnership. The business should be legal. Or else they can also go for the retail shop, they can also start up with the showroom, they can sell the cars in the market. These all will be termed as legal business, right? Now, if the partners are coming together and they are thinking to start the charity trust, this won't be known as the partnership. Why? Because partnership is only termed as business when they are earning profits for the business. If the business is not earning profits and they are doing the charity purpose works, these won't be known as the partnership. Even though the partnership should do some of the charity work for the NGOs for the betterment of the society, but the business goal should be to earn profits. Then only the business will be known as the partnership. But if there is charity purpose involved, if they are just doing the charity, this is not the institution which is aiming for earning profit. So it won't be termed as partnership. This was known as the formation. Now coming up to the second point. The second point is liability. So now, because the partners have decided to start the business, the partners A, Amit, B, Bunty, and C, Chiku, they have thought for starting the business. They are the partners in the business. So if there is any loss for the business, first of all, the business assets will be sold to pay off the dues, to pay off all the debts which are there in the business. But if business fails to pay off the dues by selling their business assets, now the partners will be liable to use their personal properties for paying the debts. For example, Chico was looking after the manufacturing. Now Chico bought the raw material. Chico bought the raw material from the supplier. Now, if the business firm ABC Limited, ABC company, the business they have started was the ABC company. Now, if ABC company fails to pay off the dues of the suppliers from whom they have purchased the raw material, now ABC combinedly they will be responsible to pay off the debts. If the business has the assets of 3 lakh rupees in total and the dues are 5 lakh rupees, the business has to pay the supplier 5 lakh rupees and the business has only the amount 3 lakh rupees. The business has the funds of 3 lakh rupees, but the liability to pay off the debt is 5 lakh rupees. They are in shortage of 2 lakh rupees. They are in shortage of 2 lakh rupees. This 2 lakh would be paid off by selling the properties of ABC. Why? Because the partners over here are liable to pay off all the debts. They are having the unlimited liability. If business fails to pay off the debts, the personal property can be also claimed, their houses, their cars, even their cash, everything can be claimed to pay off the debts. So the business assets would be sold first, and then if the business is not sufficient to pay, the personal assets would also be used. Contribute in proportion of their share. What is the meaning of contribute in the proportion of share? That is, if there is a loss, first of all, they will be taking this loss and they will be contributing in the ratio decided. Now, in our example, we have seen the ratio was 3:1:2. So, the losses will be taken off in this ratio, right? They agree upon the ratio which they have decided and they will be sharing the profits also in that ratio and also the losses will be shared in this ratio. So, the contribution in proportion to their share which they have in the business. Next, later recovery from other partners. If in our example, Amit, because he was contributing 3 lakh for the business, he was very rich. He was just investing in the business, but he is very rich. So now A will be paying off all the dues, and later on he can claim the amount which he have paid on his own from B and C. That is, if the business is facing the loss, if the business assets were not sufficient to pay and A was having the sufficient resources to pay off all the dues, now A will be paying the dues and he will be taking the dues and he will be taking the amount which he has paid later on from B and C, right? So this is known as the liability. That is, the partners over here have the unlimited liability and they share the losses in the agreed ratio in which they had agreed to take the profits. So the ratio which is decided for taking the profits, they will be also taking the shares of the losses in that certain ratio only, right? Now, talking about the third point, risk bearing. We have seen the greater the amount of risk the business takes, greater is the amount of profits. So there is a risk also involved in the business. That is, there can be the situation where there is liability, there can be the situation where there is profit for the business, and even which we saw just now, that there can be also losses for the firm. So the reward they are taking for taking the risk is the basically profit which they will be earning. For example, we can see if C is thinking to start with the calligraphy pen, and if this plan is successful in future, they will be earning the profit because they took the risk and they manufactured the calligraphy pen, and they thought that they would give the innovation to the market. And if this business successful, and if this business is successful, then they will be also earning the rewards, the profits in the mutual ratio, right? So partners agreed ratio, and also, so basically over here we can see that the partners agree to take the profits also and take the losses also in the agreed ratio which they have settled for. For example, 3 is to 1 is to 2, or 1 is to 1 is to 1, that is they are taking the losses mutually, that is 1 is to 1, all are taking the losses mutually in the same ratio, or they are taking the profit and losses in the agreed ratio which they have decided in their partnership deal, right? So this is known as the risk bearing of the partnership. The next point, fourth point, is the decision making and control. Now, all the day-to-day activities which are present in the business, these activities will be controlled and the decision will be taken on the mutual basis. That is, all will be taking the decisions mutually. What are the activities they will be performing, and who all will perform the activities in the entire day. For example, Amit was looking after the promotion of the goods. B was looking after the sales of the goods, and C was looking after the manufacturing of goods. So here we will be seeing that C will look after the manufacturing activities. Each and every decision he needs to tell to the other partners what is the decision he is thinking to take and what will be the effect of the decision which he is taking. So over here, the day-to-day activities decision should be taken on the mutual consent. That is, everyone should follow the decision which they are taking, and they should agree upon the decisions which the other partners are thinking to take. And also, there is a joint effort. That is, all the partners are coming together, they are working together, jointly they are working, and then they are earning the profits for the business. So there are joint efforts required for the business, and also the day-to-day activities are decided as per the decision which are made by the partners. So the joint efforts are working over here in the partnership. If we take the example, Amit. Now, Amit was thinking to do the promotion for the business, and he was thinking to start with the advertisement. Advertisement, that is, he told B and C that because we are launching the new calligraphy pen, so the customers should be aware of the product that we are making. So he thought of advertising on the billboards and also the advertisements on the World Cup, which is about to take between India and Pakistan. So the decision which he is taking should be agreed on by the other partners also, that is B and C, then only this decision will be taken. And also the day-to-day activities what they are thinking for. Now, see, Chiku is thinking that he will be making the calligraphy pen. He will be making the calligraphy pens. Now, these calligraphy pens, he is thinking that they will be expanding the product in the future in different inks also, in different colors also, that they will be coming up with the black color, blue color, and also the different designs of the calligraphy pin points. So all these things over here, the day-to-day activities which they are planning, which they are thinking to expand, and the innovation which they are bringing, these all decisions should be taken jointly. Then only the business can lead. Why? Because they are contributing the funds in the business, so they should also take the decision on the mutual basis. Next, continuity. Continuity says that there is an advantage also for the partnership, and also there is a sense of disadvantage for the business. Why? If there is a possibility that either of the partners faces insolvency, he is going bankrupt, or there is a sudden death of the partner, the business can be flopped, the business will be shut down. But This was the disadvantage of the partnership, that either of the partner, if they faces the bankruptcy, insolvency, or death, there can be the complete shutdown of the business. But the advantage is that the business will continue on for a long period of time, because there are a lot of partners which are working and the business can continue. For example, in the sole proprietorship, if the sole proprietor was not having the sufficient resources, he can quit the business and the business will be shut down. But over here, because the partners are contributing the fund, so they can continue with their business activities for a long period of time. So the business can also sustain. But if there is a problem in the business, if there are conflicts in the business partnership can also be terminated. So if there is a death of the partner, if among A, B, C, Amit, Bunty, and Chiku, any of one dies, the business will be stopped. Or if there is a retirement, if B thinks, now I want to retire because I have reached the age of 60, so I won't be continuing the business, then also the business can shut down. Then also the business can be terminated. Why? Because if any of the partners agree to leave the business, there would be the termination of the partnership deed, right? Or there is the insolvency, that is the person, the partner over here, any of the one partner, if he goes bankrupt, the business will be closed down. Or there is insanity, that is if any of the partner is not working as per the need, that is he is not working good and he is mentally disturbed, then also the business can be closed. But but if there is a situation where C is not working, and now the partnership deed has been come to the end, and now the partnership has been closed. But if A and B now decide that they will continue with the business, and if they make the new partnership, if they make the new agreement to start the business, then also the business can survive for a long period of time, right? So if in among the partners there is any dispute, if there is any problem among the partners, the business can stop. But if they again make the new partnership deed and they make the new agreement, the business can still continue for the long period of time, right? There is a problem also, but there are some advantages also of the partnership.